Hey friends, Joe the Farmer here, and we got a problem. So one of the food plots is not taken. I don't know what happened. It looks terrible. It's almost like a concrete slab. So, you know, I've seeded it, limed it, fertilized it, done everything, but it is absolutely not taken. So I don't know if the torrential downpours that we've had have just pushed all the seed off the plot, but here I am in late September, and I need to go there and I need to retill it, and I need to go ahead and spread some seed. So I thought we had the tiller put away for the year. I thought we were pretty much done with that, but I'm going to take this opportunity not just to retill that food plot and seed it, but I'm actually going to till up the garden, and I'm going to seed it with some of Paul from Whitetail Food Plots USA. He's got a great seed. He has beets and turnips, and he also has tall thyme tubers, both of which, just by tilling it back into the soil, is going to create more organic matter over the fall, and it's also going to add nitrogen to the soil, which is really good. We got to get the tractor going. We got to get the tiller put on the tractor. You have to get some things out of the way so we can kind of dig the tiller back out. But let's get some work done. I have very little time to do this today, but we're going to get it done. Okay, that gets our tiller on. This is probably the worst design ever. This thing is supposed to hold on to this little hook, excuse me, this hook. And everything I put on there is broken, including the original chain. So I got to figure out something to rig up to here to keep the back gate open so it doesn't overly fluff the soil. So I came out here a couple months ago, and I really saw this one spot as just a great opportunity. There's a ton of deer activity here. It's a great spot for transition, and I said, you know, I'm going to put a food plot right here. Limed it, hit it with glyphosate for 2 weeks, let it all die down, and then I tilled it and planted it. And I'm kind of at the point now where, you know, do I just wait this out, or do I till it again and then plant something that I know is going to grow probably a little bit better? So I called my friend Paul from Whitetail Food Plots USA, and he is like my guru. He's the guy I call whenever I have questions about food plots, because he knows more about seed and food plotting than anybody that I know. So I said, Paul, what do you think? Like, do I kind of stick with this and just kind of wait it out, or do I, you know, till it down and put something else? So he said, I've got a plan. He sent me some seed, and we are going to till this thing under, get rid of it, and then I'm not even going to cultipack it. Paul said, let's do tall thyme tubers and beets and turnips, and this should be a great late season food plot. We have plenty of other spots here in the farm, but this is really the one I was most excited about. So I'm kind of like, you know, I'm kind of bummed. We've done the video of us moving that muddy blind up there. Those muddy bull box blinds are just unbelievable, especially if you want to take friends with you to hunt for the first time, or you want to take kids with you. You can move around in there, you can talk, you can drink coffee. It's an amazing, you know, it's just a great experience. Who cares about if you shoot a deer or not? It's just about getting out and seeing wildlife and kind of seeing how the deer move and how, you know, bobcats move, and you'll see coyotes and all kinds of cool stuff. So this is really the spot that I was the most excited about. But let me show you what the plot looks like. We do have some clover in here, and this is Whitetail Institute clover. I don't mind telling you what it is. None of this stuff is sponsored. We buy the seed that we use. There are deer tracks in here, so they're coming in here and they're picking the stuff up, but there's no way that this is going to survive into the winter time. So there's really no other option other than if we were to wait it out, or, you know, till it under and start over. When you get to be in September, you know, really October 1st, you're done. There's nothing else you can do. The thing that really kind of struck me on this of saying, let's just go ahead and till it and do it, is, you know, one, Paul told me to do it, so I do what Paul tells me. And the second is, you know, some of these weeds that are not part of the seed package, they're still coming up. You have some weeds there. You know, we have some thistle in here, which this stuff is just nasty. You can kind of see it there, and, you know, you never want to touch that stuff with your hands because it'll hurt. But, you know, a lot of this is not even seed. A lot of it's just weeds coming up. So the tall thyme tubers and the beets and turnips, I've used them before. We used them on one of the other food plots. Last year, I killed a beautiful buck over that, and it takes a little bit of time for it to get cold. And in Tennessee, you never know. I mean, deer camp last year, we were all here in shorts and t-shirts fishing. So, I mean, it was more like fishing camp. But the week before, you know, we were successful, and that's when I shot the big buck. And then a couple weeks before that, the legend and I were down, you know, on a deer lease, and it was 23 degrees. So you never know what's going to happen here in Tennessee. If this was a plot that I was going to wait on until next year or something, I'd probably let the clover come in and just see what happens. But I'm not doing that. I'm going to till this thing under, and I'm glad that you came along with me today. Let's get this thing done. Now this kind of seed is really, really small, so a little bit goes a long way. Each one of these bags is kind of measured for 1/4 of an acre. I have about 4/10 of an acre, but I'm going to go ahead and put both of these bags out, which would be a little bit more seed than necessary. A brassica or something like that, you don't want to overseed that because it's going to compete with each other. This kind of seed, it won't necessarily compete with each other as much as I'm concerned about the turkeys. There's a lot of turkeys around here, and they're going to come out here in force, and the birds also, and they're going to eat a lot of the seed. We're supposed to have rain in about 24 to 48 hours, so if that happens, you know, if they eat some of the seed, so be it. We fed them a little bit too, and we got some work done. So, what this is chicory, purple top turnip, groundhog radish, hybrid turnip, medium red clover, crimson clover, and some alfalfa in there. There's also very, very little weed seed, inert matter, other crop seed. You know, that's probably less than 3%, 3.5% of anything that's not pure seed. The great thing about this is that they don't put a lot of filler in here. It actually says on the about, you know, all seed, no fillers or fescue. I've really enjoyed using this. I think it's a great blend, and you know, you do have some recurring perennials in here, which is going to be the clover and the yeah, even some of the alfalfa, I guess. Is alfalfa a perennial? Y'all tell me in the comments. I got to put this out. And by planting something a little bit different, it lets me know what kind of soil I have, because each one's going to need a little bit different nutrients. So, awesome. Okay, I think that spread just about perfect, because this is a lot longer right here and it kind of curves around, so that's going to be, you know, it's a little bit wider, but it's not as long. So now on to the beets and turnips. Great blend. This one has sugar beets, Paja, hybrid turnips, dwarf Essex rape, and purple top turnips. Pretty cool looking seed. Got some really, really little seeds in there. I'm gonna have to take my time with this one. Okay, the seed is down. 2 bags, about 4/10 of an acre. It was a ½ acre's worth of seed. So we should have plenty of, you know, plenty of spread. It feels like it went down really even. And if we could just get a really light rain, you know, maybe ½ inch, next 24, 48 hours, we'd be set. That would be amazing. No more torrential downpours though. So friends, we got this food plot. I think this is like the food plot 911. We got it fixed. I will keep you posted. I really appreciate you coming along and watching today. And, you know, hopefully, I really enjoy making these videos. Hopefully we're gonna have some videos of us up there in that blind or that blind. Who knows, maybe we'll get lucky. A big old buck will come by and put it on the wall. So anyway, friends, I'm Joe the Farmer. I appreciate y'all for watching. We out.